Gonna come here.
Oh, no, I didn't have it. No, I had one.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
When it's done, I think you just have to close it.
Sorry.
Oh, right. Cross it out.
I would have grabbed it for you. Did you grab it?
So that's called extra juice. Does that have the battery?
Welcome everyone. You guys all have your packet? You guys sign up?
Not yet.
No? Okay, well, whoever is at the end will come in here. Thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you so much for all this.
Yeah, they want you to do a recording. Yes, stop.
Hi, Beverly. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. We are talking about benefits for 2026. So I know last year we had our first real open enrollment, so we're going to go over all the medical, the dental, the vision, the colonial benefits, and the life insurance. All right. Do you guys hear me? Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. So we're going to go over the benefits for 2026. We are still going to stay with HealthNet for this year coming up. HealthNet is one of our partners that we had for a few years, and they've been great with us. So we're going to continue with our plan. We are going to add one additional HMO plan to the options that you guys have. We are going to stay with MetLife for dental and vision and life insurance. So we'll go over all the benefits. Like I told you guys, Kingston absorbed increase for the medical insurance for the salute plan, so you guys are not going to see an increase if you have the employee-only plan. Actually, you're going to see a little reduction, a few cents reduction, so they're absorbing everything. So I don't like this microphone. I don't like it. Like it kind of goes in and out, right? Yeah. Okay.
It's like an echo.
It's like an echo. So as far as enrollment form it goes, everything's done through ADP. Okay. So you're going to have to acknowledge the benefits through ADP. Everything's going to roll over to the same benefits that you currently have, but you're still going to have to go in there and either make changes if you want, or accept the benefits that you currently have. Okay? Yeah. So no changes. Everybody needs to go to ADP. If you do not have insurance through Kingston, you still have to go and waive coverage. Okay? I've had some employees that email me, I want to add my spouse to the insurance. This is the time to do so. If you want to add your spouse, your dependents, you want to cancel them, you want to add a different plan, this is the time that we can do it. Otherwise, we'll have to wait till open enrollment again, which is next year, unless you have a qualifying event. Yes. Any questions on that? Everything's good?
I get the microphone.
All right.
Mr. Microphone. Let's see. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this works
for me. Oh, it's going in and out. Who's our Mr. Microphone guy?
Not here.
He left?
He's not here.
He left?
He's
Okay.
a microphone junior, right there.
So,
No.
do I need a microphone? Can all of you guys hear me pretty good?
Check if she hears you.
What's that?
We're broadcasting.
Can you guys hear me on the computer? Wave if you can. I can't see you. Are you waving?
Yes.
No?
It's on. It's on.
It's on? She can see, okay, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for your time. My name is Diana Miller, and I am here with your brokerage agency, KCAL. We are going to explain the benefits to you. How many of you are on the health insurance right now? Yeah, all right. Your company is very generous paying for this for you, so make sure you thank them. I always like to tell employees, make sure you thank your employer. Everybody's going to have a packet in their hand, right? Let's go over that packet. If you want to look in, you've got a couple different things. This is your employee benefits guide. We printed that up real nice for you for 2026. Like what was mentioned earlier, every single person needs to go into their ADP portal and enroll, change, do whatever you need to do, but you need to confirm that this is open enrollment time and that you're either going to keep your current elections or you're going to change them to a different plan. Does everybody know how to go into ADP, into the portal? Raise your hand, please. Say yes. Okay. Does anybody not know how to go into ADP? Great. Okay. There are multiple plans to choose from. And if you pull out this nice little spreadsheet that we put together, it gives you a brief comparison of each one of those plans so that you can see it and compare what's going to best meet your needs. The beauty of going into the ADP portal is it will show you exactly what your cost per pay period will be if you change your plan or if you add a dependent like a spouse or a child. So that's real important that you get those costs per paycheck so you know what would be deducted. Let's talk about the first plan, which is called the core plan, your base plan. And that is called the Salud HMO. You have a 0 deductible. That means it's an excellent plan. No deductible before benefits kick in. Your out-of-pocket maximum on an individual is $4,500. On a family, it's $9,000. What does that mean? That means if you're walking down the street, you get hit by a bus, you're in the hospital for 3 months, the bill's $1 million, the most you'll have to pay is $4,500. That's it. Okay? Throughout the rest of the year, you've paid your $4,500. So you're not going to get dinged for anything additional, as long as you stay in network. That's the key. We all know about HMOs. We stay in network. Now, when you go to see the doctor, it's $40. If you go see a specialist, like a heart doctor, oncologist, and so forth, it's $60. But your preventative coverage, that means, ladies, your well woman exam, your mammogram, your pap smear. Guys, your annual physical, your checkup, let's call it annual well check, is all covered at 100%. You pay nothing because it's preventative. They want you to go and have that done. So you should not be paying anything for your preventative care. Let's go down a little bit further. Gosh, urgent care, it's the same price as your doctor's office. So, if I wake up in the morning and I'm going in the kitchen and I'm making breakfast and I cut myself, right? And I'm probably gonna have to go to urgent care. I go to urgent care and they fix me up, it's $40. the morning and I'm cooking breakfast and I cut my finger right off. Oh my God, I might die because I could bleed out, right? Now, I'm gonna grab that finger. Probably urgent care ain't gonna do it. You're gonna go to the emergency room, right? So, urgency or emergency. Emergency is life-threatening. You should know the difference. How much is the emergency room gonna cost me? $200. Good. But my life is worth $200. So that finger is too. So I'm gonna grab it, take it with me, they'll sew that puppy back on. So always know the difference between urgent care and emergency. Emergency is life-threatening. You think you're gonna die. It could just be heart palpitations. You could think you're having a heart attack. You may not be, but that would be considered an emergency. Okay? Prescription drugs, your generic are in the first tier, they're $10. Your second tier is your brand formulary, they're at $30. And your non-brand formulary is at $55. What is formulary? Does anybody know? Would anybody like me to explain what a formulary is? Okay, a formulary is a list of drugs every insurance company has that they get a discount on, and they pass that discount on to you. It's drugs that have been on the market for a good amount of time, so it's not the new purple butterfly that you see on TV. Those are the non-formulary drugs. The newer drugs that come out, they're going to be non-formulary, but you're still going to get access to them. They're going to cost the insurance companies more. They're unfortunately going to have to pass that cost on to you. But the majority of drugs, 85% of drugs that are dispensed, generic. One thing I like to tell people, be a smart consumer. Walmart, Walgreens, and what's the other one? Target. They all have formularies where you can get 350 or more drugs that are generic for $4. So why not look online? We all have our smartphones or our computers, and we can look at the formulary online. If we're on any type of a generic maintenance medication, why not pay $4 instead of $10, right? So just like anything else we shop for, tires for our car, that turkey you're going to get in a couple of weeks. Be a smart consumer. Now, all the plans that you have the opportunity to purchase are on this list here. All of the plans will show you whether or not they have a deductible, because the benefit is on the left side and it crosses over. The base plan, if you elect to choose one that's not the base plan, and there's a cost difference, that's on you. It will be payroll deducted. But the good news is when you go into that ADP portal, it's going to show you exactly what your cost per pay period will be. Kind of like shopping on Amazon when you fill your basket, right, ladies? Yeah. We say how much we end up paying. Same thing in that portal. It's going to show you what your overall cost is if you decide to upgrade. Okay. I'm not going to go over every single plan because it's in writing for you. You be a smart consumer, look at it. I went over the basics on office visits, urgent care, specialty. Let me explain hospitalization on this plan. Inpatient hospital day is $500 per day with a $1,500 per admittance. What does that mean? If you go into the hospital for one day, it's $500. On my third day, I pay $1,500. However, if I'm in there 30 days, it's $1,500. They stop charging after that third day. It's kind of nice, huh? Now, if I get out of the hospital and, maybe I'm accident prone, I walk out in front of another bus. Well, guess what? They're going to charge me $500 a day until I meet that $4,500 out-of-pocket maximum. Then I'm done for the year. But I'm probably dead if I walked in front of two buses, right? Yep. Okay.
Question.
Yes.
So for that, is that incident fees or is that just for
What's
the
that?
year? For the 4,500, is that per admission or is that for the year?
That's the whole year for one person, $9,000 That's it's called out-of-pocket maximum. Any other questions on the medical? Nada? Okay. I believe your dental and vision renewed in October. Did all of you go online and check that out? Yes? You did? Okay, cool. While I'm up here, does anybody have any questions on the medical or the dental or vision? Get me while I'm hot. Or hot here, anyway. Any questions? No. Everybody knows what they need to do, right?
Cost vacancy on the benefit guide on the last pages.
Oh.
Last 2 or 3 pages.
Okay.
You can check your rate with the last 2 pages.
So you all have this in your packet, right? And if you're just wondering, how much is it gonna cost me? You can go in here, somewhere it's gonna show that to you, right? It's gonna give you the cost of coverage. So if you don't wanna go on ADP right away, but remember, we all have to go on ADP, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna give you the overall cost of your benefits. Remember, what? Oh, okay. Is anybody on the PPO in the room? Raise your hand, don't be shy. Anybody on a PPO? Anybody want to know what the difference between an HMO and a PPO is? Good. These girls know. I should help them stand up and help me. So here's the beauty. HMO, it's a health maintenance organization. You have a list of HMO doctors, and if you need to see a specialist, that primary care doctor that you've selected is going to be the one referring you to the specialist. On a PPO, guess what? I want to go directly to a specialist. I pick up the phone, I call him, I make sure he's in my network, and I go directly to that specialist. Right? Do not pass go, do not stop, go straight to that specialist. I don't need my gatekeeper, my primary care doctor telling me what to do. But there's a premium for that. It's expensive to be on a PPO. And the pricing is in the back of the guide. Some people don't mind having their primary care doctor dictate what needs to be done. Some people say, I'm not going to have anybody tell me what needs to be done. I'm no better. I'm going to do it myself. Those are the people, they want a PPO, they pay for a PPO. We want to make sure if that's you, and it's okay, you get that option. And it's right here, showing the pricing and showing the benefits. Let me give you one more example. Remember that Salud plan that has a 0 deductible? Your PPO has a $1,000 deductible in network, $2,000 out of network. So that deductible comes into play before those benefits start kicking. You do have co-payments at the doctor's. It's $30 for the primary care and $50 for a specialist. But let's say I go into the hospital and I'm going to have a baby. I'm going to pay $1,000 in network. Then I'm going to pay 20% of whatever they want to charge me, up to $4,000 maximum. So I'm probably going to pay $4,000 to have that baby, more than likely, on the PPO plan. It's not a per day amount, it's a percentage of whatever they charge. And depending upon the area you're in, that can fluctuate. So whenever you see that percentage, beware. Yes, sir.
Sorry, question number 2. For your Salute plan, is it going to be online where we're able to see a list of your providers?
Absolutely. ADP should have a link to the HealthNet Doctor Search website, and you can go there. It'll ask you what network to look for a doctor in, and you will click Salud. And that'll show you, it'll ask you for your zip code, and it'll show you all the doctors in your area.
And also with your employee benefit guide, you can see they have the guide for you to check your provider.
new EOA plan that has more medical groups.
The elect open access, yes,
And then we can do those, health medical.
absolutely.
Depends on, what medical group you need it. Because right now, if you are already have salute, I don't think you want to pay more on Excel our full network. Because you can see with your number one salute is your company-based plan, and then they do have Excel care and the full network. So they probably just want
They have
to,
the full network, yeah,
yeah, so they probably just want to know what the difference is.
So, let's talk about the difference in networks. You have 3 different HMO networks. Okay, I want to explain to you the difference. I used to work at HealthNet, so I know. Number one, the full network is going to have 100% of all of those HMO doctors. So any doctor that takes the HMO with HealthNet is going to be in that full HMO network. The Excel care, that's going to have about, in this area, about 80–85% of those same 100% of doctors. Okay? The Salud, it's a little bit smaller. It's going to be about 60% of those same 100% of doctors. So they're not different doctors. They're the same. It's just a smaller network of doctors. Okay? So basically, there's a cost savings at the insurance level, so they pass that on to you. Just like with the drugs. Remember how I said the generic and the name brand, formulary, not, whenever there's a cost savings, they want to pass it on to the consumer, and that's what they're doing here. Any more questions in the back? How about on the camera? Any questions? Nope, can't hear you. Okay. Anything? Anything else you'd like to do? I think John might be up, because he's got some great news for you on some Colonial benefits. Come on, John. Meet my buddy John Evangelista, everybody.
Thank you, Diana. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Good. I hope everybody's football team is doing well. Just kidding. So, in your packet, everybody has a flyer. It's a one-pager. It's kind of about 2/3 of the way through. So these benefits were added last year. So let me just take about 5 to 10 minutes and tell you a little bit about these benefits. Number one, the most important point is that these benefits you can elect right in ADP, okay? Last year when we first started, because it was toward the end of the year, we had a one-off system, but since then we built it, and a good number of folks have these benefits. So, when you find the flyer, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, or left-hand corner, sorry, benefits are paid directly to you unless you specify otherwise. You're paid regardless of any other insurance. So, there are 3 plans I want to go over briefly. 1 is an accident, 2 is critical illness, and 3 is hospitalization. So my good friend Diana did a fantastic job establishing the foundation, which is your medical insurance. And that's by far and away the most important. We all have medical insurance. I have it, you have it for my family, everybody has it. Having said that, she also talked about deductibles and co-pays and out-of-pocket expenses, right? Because that's just the nature of how health insurance works. It's kind of a cost sharing. So these plans are designed to pay money to you and your family if something happens. So that's the idea. So it puts money in your pocket, you receive the check, and then you apply it towards your out-of-pocket medical expenses or whatever you want. We as an insurance company don't tell you how to spend the money. We just give you the money when you file a claim and the claim is paid. But let me back up real quick. On the critical illness and the hospitalization, those 2 plans in particular have wellness, or what we call well-being care benefits that are baked right into the policy. So Diana talked about the preventative care, right? Who remembers how much it is for your annual physical? Your blood work, your cholesterol, your glucose, your triglycerides, mammogram, pap smear, colonoscopy, how much? Free, right? Yeah, if it's free, it's for me. So, and you can use that, by the way.
She does all the time.
There you go, all right, I like you. So, with the Colonial Life plans, when you own these plans, anybody here have Colonial Life? Anybody? Okay, all right. Have you filed your wellness claims? No?
I probably should though.
Yeah. So it's $50 per covered family member per calendar year. If you've done any of the tests. So there's a whole big, long list of tests that are in your policy. So remember, the annual health screening, so when my wife goes in and gets her mammogram or pap smear or blood work, you know, the hemoglobin A1C, triglycerides, glucose, HDL, LDL, cholesterol, all that stuff. By the way, I'm standing on my soapbox right now. This stuff is super important, okay? In my opinion, everybody should do it, no matter what, every year. Not only because it doesn't cost you anything, because often we don't know what we don't know. So I have a family member, 33 years old, 5'11", 170 pounds, plays soccer 3 days a week, went in, did his blood work, high cholesterol. What? So he made some lifestyle changes. That number is going down, okay? So if he has high cholesterol at 33, imagine what happens when he's 53 and 63 and 73. That stuff will manifest itself over time and not in a good way. So it's better to be in the know. That way you can manage it however your physician or your medical advisor advises you to manage it, okay? So it's good, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your personal health. So again, the hospital plan and the critical illness will pay you $50. So it's super simple. You go online, coloniallife.com, you register for the website, you go in, and we require no paperwork, zero. All we need is the name of the test, the date, and the phone number for your provider. So I have a primary care physician, Dr. K. I go in, put in the information. I had my cholesterol screening done on this date. $50 is direct deposited in my account within 3 to 5 days. You want a paper check? We'll mail you a paper check. But let's talk about what the accident plan does. This covers you worldwide, anywhere in the world, 24/7, 365. You have an accident, and you get medical care like Diana said. If it's to the urgent care, the doctor's office, to the ER, let's say it's a car accident. Ambulance comes, take you to the hospital. You're gonna have a ER copay. You're gonna have an ambulance copay. Then the injury itself. That bill could be hundreds, maybe even thousands. It adds up pretty quick. Our plan will pay you based on a whole list of events and services and the injury itself. Okay?
Can I add something to that?
Yes.
Just a personal note, I have all those plans, the Colonial plan, and I think I shared with some of you guys about the accident plan. I know with Iris and a couple other people. I have the accident plan for my family. My daughter fractured her wrist at school, hairline fractured. I was doing something with work and I remember I do have this plan, and I was like, I wonder if that's covered. Looked it up, sure enough, it was covered. They asked me submit copies that you paid your copayment, submit your x-rays that shows that it was fractured. I sent that, and within 3 days, I had the money in my bank account. And I had $1,400 that they paid me. How much did I pay for my copayment? $30 to see the doctor, and another, I think, $50 for the specialist. I spent $80 out of my pocket, and I received, I think it was like $1,430 or something in my account. So that I don't even think I have paid $1,400 paying the copayment myself. So this is one of the things that is affordable. The plans are really affordable, and they really come handy when you least expect it, right? It's insurance, but it is what he's saying is true. It really, again, within 3 days, it was direct deposit to my account, and it was perfect because it was her birthday month too. So but I'm just saying, like, think about it if that's something that you guys are interested in, because it's very easy, seamless. You send all that information online and you get your money. So, sorry.
There you go. No, that's an unsolicited testimonial. And that really speaks powerfully because again, you know, if somebody had a negative experience, I'd say, let's talk after the meeting, because we're not perfect, we are business, but I get overwhelmingly very positive feedback, just like that. Thank you for sharing. So real quick, I want to wrap here. The next one is critical illness. This is for what my verbiage, big ticket, sickness or health events. So there are 10 different covered events: heart attack, stroke, major organ failure, kidney failure, cancer. So when one of those major illnesses occurs for an individual or a family, those co-pays or that maximum out of pocket is hit pretty quickly, okay? So I have my CPA firm in Irvine, and she was diagnosed with cancer, and it was at the end of a calendar year, and she had a $6,500 max out of pocket. So very quickly, because of her treatment, she hit $6,500 in like November, December. Well, January, it resets, it goes back to zero, right? And she was still undergoing treatment, had another $6,500. So within about a 4-month period, she had $13,000. Our claim was about $14,000 to $15,000 that gave her that financial relief on that particular cancer plan. So this plan will pay $10,000, $20,000, or $30,000. You choose, and you can cover your family on that as well. And again, there's a health screening. The last one, Diana very interestingly talked about the $500 a day for the hospitalization up to how many days? 3 days, exactly. So we have a plan that will pay either $1,000 or $1,500 for an inpatient hospitalization. Okay, so you can choose either one. Again, let's say somebody, in her example, went in, they had to pay the $1,500, and then went in for another different unrelated medical condition, okay? We don't really care how much you pay. I mean, we care, but it's not a reimbursement. It just pays you based on the event itself. It also includes outpatient surgery, okay? And there's some other benefits, again, a $50 annual health screening, and you can cover yourself, your spouse, significant other, and dependent children, okay? Questions? All right, so you can self-enroll. On here is my personal cell phone, the 714 number, and then this is a call center number. I recommend you call me if you have questions, need help with claims. Otherwise, it's a self-service enrollment, okay? All right. Yep. Thank you.
So we just want to clarify. So for dental and vision, we started a plan October 2024. But open enrollment, we moved it to January 2020 for this time, so everything's on the same calendar year. So that's why you didn't receive any documents about open enrollment in January. So this is the time that we're gonna be able to make changes. It's all together. I don't wanna have 2 different dates, it's too confusing. So we extended our plan to end December 31st to make sure open enrollment is aligned, all the benefits. So we can discuss the
Okay,
revision.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, dental. Who's been to the dentist lately? Anyone? Good, I like to see that. Guess what? We're supposed to go twice a year at least. X-rays, exams, and cleanings. And you have insurance for that. Your company provides insurance for you to be able to do that. So, when you go into your portal for ADP, you're gonna see MetLife, and it's going to give you information on your plan. Your PPO plan has a $1,500 annual maximum. So think of it this way. You get $1,500 every year in your piggy bank. And you can use that toward things. Cleanings, cavities. Hopefully you guys are going to the dentist twice a year so you don't have any cavities. But it's payable at 100% for preventative. So that means when you get your teeth cleaned, it costs you nothing. It should be free. Now, if you're one of those bad boys or girls that only go to the dentist once every 5 years, when you go to get that simple cleaning, guess what? It's not gonna be so simple. probably gonna be a periodontal cleaning. So that means a deep gum cleaning. That's gonna fall down here into periodontics, but it's still gonna be covered at 80%. You're gonna be charged 20%. Plus you do have a deductible on anything other than preventative, okay? If you need to have something like, crowns or bridges, God forbid, we all do. I know I've got a mouthful of crowns. They're major services. They're gonna be covered at 50%. I always see somebody shaking their head in the back. No crowns? Good, yeah. This also covers orthodontia for children. It covers what's called a lifetime maximum, not an annual maximum, because they figure you're only supposed to have braces once in your lifetime. Me, I had them 3 times, because I used to work for an orthodontist, so I got them for free, so what the heck, never wore the retainer. But you guys don't work for an orthodontist, so if you or your children get braces, they're gonna cover $1,000 payable at 50%. Okay? So, again, make sure that you understand how that works. X-rays, exams, and cleaning twice a year. How much? Anyone?
100%.
100% coverage. Thank you, someone was listening back there. So, please, if you don't have dental, now's the time to enroll. The cost to you is very little, because again, your company is very generous in offering these benefits. Let's talk about vision. I see many of you wearing glasses. You have vision coverage. When you go for an exam, it's only $10. I wear glasses too. $10, that's a killer deal. Your lenses, if you purchase frames, you're gonna get a $130 allowance, and then the lenses cost 25 bucks. So, depending upon how much your frames cost, like when you go into a eye doctor, or Costco, or wherever you're going into, you see all those frames, they all have prices on them. A lot of them are $69, $89, you know, the fancy ones are gonna be a couple $100. You're getting $130 in your piggy bank to buy those frames with. And then the lens are gonna be 25 bucks. This is a 12-12-24 plan. What does that mean? Your exam is covered every year. You get one exam for 10 bucks. Your lenses, new lenses are covered every year because they feel your eyes change. Okay? But the frames, you get a new frame once every 2 years. That's the 24 months, so 12-12-24. Okay? Any questions on the dental or the vision? Everybody's gonna run out and get dental and vision, right? Yes.
For the vision, I'm covered under my husband's insurance for VSP.
Okay.
Now, can I enroll or not?
You know, VSP kind of goes by your Social Security and your date of birth. And I've had other people say they got away with that, but then I have other people say they got caught doing it.
Well, this will be your primary, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So check and see which one gives you better benefits, really. That's what I would do.
See, and you know, is your husband having to pay 100% for you for the vision plan?
I don't know.
Check on that and see if he's contributing 100% for you, and then your company's contributing something,
But
you know.
we're paying 80%.
Yeah, you're paying 20%.
We're paying 20%.
So that's a good deal.
So check the cost, and see what
Yeah,
gives you a
and
better
also
benefit.
VSP with, currently with the vision, the difference provider, so they can have double.
You can have double?
And
You
the
can.
difference,
Oh, yeah.
Say that again?
because the difference, one is like the VSP and the other one, I think it's IMAP, right?
I med.
Yeah.
So what does your husband have?
VSP.
Yeah, so.
But this is VSP too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the-
I thought that.
Yeah, yeah, VSP's real strict. I've heard some people have gone away with that, some people not so. Any questions? No?
They want to know the contact lens, how frequency with the contact lens.
Contact lenses. Anybody wear contact lenses? Oh, yeah, of course, you in the back there, huh? Contact lenses. Well, guess what? This is gonna cover them. It's gonna give you $130 allowance. What's that, like 6 months worth of contact lenses? More or less.
Depending on the brand,
What's that, depending on the brand? Yeah, like I said, glasses, I have no idea, I can't even put eye drops in. Okay. Any other questions? Nothing? You guys are easy. You wanna go back to work, right? Is that what it is?
Do we get the card for them, or are they online? They're online.
That, ESP's online.
With MetLife, I've had a hard time getting hold of the actual rep on.
You have had a hard time. Why don't we get her some information from MetLife, because she said she's had a hard time. So let's make sure she doesn't have a hard
They
time.
don't send you cards.
Yeah, because I've tried calling, and then it like
A
goes
lot of
back.
times, did you register online and you got it on your phone, you got the information on your phone, so when you go in, you show the dentist?
I haven't even done that, because I have my husband, but I have my dental and vision only, but.
Here, through here?
Yes,
Okay.
here, but trying to get a hold of them, it's just.
But you should be able to, since, if you have MetLife right
Yeah.
now, you should be able to go online, input your social, your date of birth, all that good stuff, and register, and then you have all the information on your phone with your ID, and when you go in and you see your dentist, you just pull that up.
Oh, okay.
And just say, yeah, because that's what they want proof of
Yeah,
coverage.
that's what they did for my son,
And then what they'll do is they'll spend an hour online with
doing
them.
the
Yeah.
blood work.
Okay, all right, well, you've done a great job, thank you.
Okay, so, just to recap, everybody should receive an email right now, as I was finishing my other meeting, from ADP about, informing you about open enrollment. Open enrollment starts today, ends December 12th. What's December 12th? It's the day of our Christmas party that all of you guys are gonna be going to, right? Same day, easy. You have an RSVP, time to do so. Okay, same day, okay? So, don't wait till the last minute. I know we have tendency to wait until the very last day. Just enroll, just check what your benefits are, what the cost is gonna be. You just, unless you're gonna make any changes, all you have to do is acknowledge. You have to acknowledge. And then you're gonna receive a benefit statement at the end, after we close open enrollment, and it will show you your deployed portion, employer portion, and everything for you, okay? So please don't wait until the last minute. Everybody needs to log in, whether you have insurance for Kingston or not. If you're waiving coverage, you still have to go in there and waive coverage. You have to indicate why you don't have to, I already have it with my spouse, or whatever that might be, okay? But if you, are keeping the same benefits, you still have to go through the process, you just acknowledge that everything's right. Review your beneficiary people, it's very important for you to make sure you update that if anything has changed from last year to this year. Acknowledge it, and that's it. If you wanna make plan changes, then this is the time to do it. If you wanna go to the PPO plan, or the Excel plan, or you wanna go down to the Salud plan, whatever you might wanna do, this is the time to do it. Any questions? Everybody's clear? Am I gonna get an email right away? Do we have to?